okay to date bigger, fatter women publicly. If anybody got a problem with it, tell them to grow the up. You love who the you love. All right? Stop being ashamed.
You cannot shame men into dating plus size or overweight or obese women. It's not going to happen. Men will not change en masse.
I actually feel kind of guilty for being a part of this movement. I see a lot of fat girls who gained a lot of weight from being caught up in this movement and turning around 5, 6, 7 years later talking about, damn, I let my health go to shit. I got this problem now. I'm 400 pounds. I can't do this. I can't do that. Babe, it's not all it's cracked up to be.
And if you're promoting a negative narrative, such as you could be any weight and you're going to be accepted, of course you're going to be accepted as a human being, but what type of outcomes are you trying to get? Are you trying to be a burden on your family when you get older? And it typically falls on the daughters. It is not your kids' responsibility to take care of you once you become obese.
So I'm not with nobody, because I don't want to hurt nobody. Did it over text, didn't call me. Still got love for your mommy. I know you want to be somebody, even if you got to leave somebody.
You have to be honest about this. And hopefully any of my plus size followers don't get offended, but this needs to be said and it needs to be addressed. I'm not going to say anything just yet. I'm going to play the video first. And then I'm also going to follow up that video with a plus size influencer. And I want you guys to hear what she has to say in regards to this whole body positivity movement. This is something that Black women need to hear. Let's get to it.
23. It's okay to date bigger, fatter women publicly. If anybody got a problem with it, tell them to grow the fuck up. You love who the fuck you love. All right? Stop being ashamed.
So I wanted to put that in there just because of the fact that we had, one of the young lady with the bonnet on. I just want to explain this to women who are plus size. You cannot shame men into dating plus size or overweight or obese women. There is a small contingent of men who you need to be focused on. But trying to convince the majority of the male population that they have to be attracted to overweight women or plus size or obese women, it's not going to happen. Men will not change en masse. The majority will always appreciate and like in shape women. It is what it is. So no matter what you say in regards to telling men to stop being ashamed of dating overweight or obese women, talk to the men that want to date you. Do not, and I repeat, do not try to convince the majority of men that we need to change our standards, because we will not. I'm sorry. So as I'm not sorry, you need to hear it. You cannot sit there and complain about your dating options when you know that it will be beneficial for you if you got in shape. It's that simple. You can't get around it. No matter how many movements, how many plus size journeys and all this type of foolery that you see on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and people saying it's okay to be obese. Yeah, you can do what you want. I'm not going to judge whatever requirements that you have. But if you're not getting what you say that you want, do not try and come over here and convince men that they have to think otherwise about dating you. You deal with the consequences. There are consequences to whatever actions that you do. And if you decide to balloon up and become 300, 400 pounds, then you have to deal with the consequences. That's not men's responsibility to change our mind. It's your responsibility to change how you determine your outcomes. And if you want to stay overweight and obese, that's on you. Don't blame it on us.
I'm going to say something controversial and I don't care. I don't care how trendy or cute or fun it seems to be fat. Don't let that shit fuck with your head. Don't let the idea that, I could catch a dick no matter how big I am, cause you to forget about your health and to keep gaining weight. I actually feel kind of guilty for being a part of this movement. And I know it's not my fault or my responsibility to keep other people's health, but being a pioneer in this game, like I literally was one of the first influencers to work with Fashion Nova before they even had a plus size line. So when I say I'm a pioneer, I'm a pioneer. I'm one of the main reasons why we have the plus size fashion industry that we have. And you could argue with anybody, that's the truth. And my point is that I see a lot of fat girls who gained a lot of weight from being caught up in this movement and turning around 5, 6, 7 years later talking about, damn, I let my health go to shit. I got this problem now. I'm 400 pounds. I can't do this. I can't do that. Babe, it's not all it's cracked up to be. Being attractive, being able to still wear nice clothes is not the end all be all. You got to really think about your health. Because when you're in your 20s, you think that life is just rainbows and candy. You don't even think about the future. But when you start creeping up in age, babes, it's gonna catch up to you. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not saying that every fat person is unhealthy. Hello, I'm fat. I'm not claiming that you gotta hate fat people. That's literally the opposite of what I'm saying. But let's be fucking for real. Health is real. Organs failing is real. Diabetes, heart disease, all that shit is real, okay? It's not fat phobic to care about your health. And if nobody else wants to say it, let me fucking tell you the truth. Love yourself at any size. Wear the clothes you want to wear. But don't forget that your heart has to beat, babes. Don't forget that your blood sugar has to keep a balance, babe. No amount of Instagram pictures looking cute and being an influencer wearing a size whatever you are is going to stop your heart from not beating if you eating bacon every day. And this is coming from someone who's learning those lessons now, myself. So to the younger girls, the younger generation, take care of your health. It's not fat phobic to take care of your health. It's not a joke. And I'm saying this out of love, not out of self-hate. I see a lot of my fellow content creator, fellow plus size, fellow bloggers, whatever you want to call them, plus size models, now talking about wanting to get healthy, now talking about needing to da-da-da-da. Because 5, 6, 7 years ago, when they were 22, when they were 21, 25, it wasn't a problem. Now you're 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, whatever the case is, and you're like, damn, I can't get pregnant. I have this problem. I got that problem. The problems creep up, babe. And the reality is, loving yourself also includes taking care of your body. If you want this body to last 100 years, you got to take care of it. So don't let nobody else convince you that taking care of your health is fat phobic. And if somebody's telling you that, it's because they're miserable and they want you to die and stay fat like them. I took a lot of heat when I started talking about my weight loss journey, and now everybody else suddenly want to talk about it. I wonder why.
All right. So you hear what she had to say, and I thank her for saying it. Do you know that this young woman, she had to delete that video? I actually had to find this video because it was duetted with another woman, because she had to delete it because she got so much backlash from the women that followed her. Because like she said before, she was a plus size influencer and she started to decide like, hey man, this is unhealthy. So I need to start losing weight. And when she decided to lose weight, they got mad at her. And she had to make this video to explain to the young women, it's not okay. It's going to be tough for her because she cultivated her following based off being a plus size body positivity supporter. So I understand why her fan base is kind of pissed off. Like, what? You try to get in shape? You told us it was okay to be overweight. And I know, there's been studies that's been, proven that women are very hive-minded or like-minded. They when somebody is influencing them to do certain things, and they tend to follow because everybody else is doing the same thing. And that's what you see on social media. We have these influencers who have these large followings, and you get young women on there. And if you're promoting a negative narrative, such as you could be any weight and you're going to be accepted, of course, you're going to be accepted as a human being. But what type of outcomes are you trying to get? Are you trying to be a burden on your family when you get older and you can't get yourself out of the bed? That's another aspect that a lot of people don't understand. You're going to burden your family or potentially your kids if you become obese or morbidly obese, because they have to take care of you. That's not your child's responsibility. Don't take advantage of them like that. Do something about your health before it gets to that point. That's something that we see in the Black community a lot. And it typically falls on the daughters. The daughters are the ones that end up taking care of the mothers when they become obese.
Once I get out the shower, my daughter comes in and she'll clean out the back of my legs because my arms are too short to reach. She shouldn't have to do it. And I feel horrible that I have to ask her to do something that I should be able to do myself.
Okay, I'm finished. I'm about to go and start cooking breakfast.
Now I'm a single mother of 5 children. Jeffrey is 16. Robert is 13. Ukai is 11. Jordan is 10. And Shaquille is 7. My biggest thing right now is just being a better mother.
When I see my mom hurting a lot, it makes me feel bad. It's really heartbreaking and sad.
And that's something that you can control. That's one thing that I really take to heart. Like, I don't want to get, to the point where I'm not able to sustain myself when my child gets older. It is not her responsibility to stop her life from living to take care of her dad. So I'm going to do what I can. Hopefully nothing happens to me, God willing, to where my daughter doesn't have to take on that burden, or my family. And I think other people should take that stance as well, particularly in the Black community. It is not your kid's responsibility to take care of you once you become obese. Do something about it right now. You can do that. And I hate to say that, because the daughters they take on that burden, and that's unfortunate. It's sad. So I feel for, the Black daughters in this community. I see it a lot.